what kind of ERP system which fits what context. And maybe towards the have a session for question and answer. I know some of us are already running ERP systems that perhaps are meeting 70% of the need. We will get to know. Sometimes you realize that you might have an ERP system that is not serving you because you didn't perhaps pay attention in the beginning to evaluate what ERP system was good for what context. We will get to have that discussion and get to ask ourselves what ERP fits what context, and what ERP is for which industry or for which size of company. Hope this is okay now. Yes, I think it's okay. Okay. So the agenda for today is introduction to popular ERP systems. Then the second agenda is customization and flexibility. On this, we will look at two ERP systems that are quite customizable and extensible. That is Odoo and ERP Next. The next one is customization of Microsoft Dynamics 365 and SAP. We have two low-code platforms that could be very useful in the customization and extending of functionality for Dynamics and SAP. Then we have the fourth agenda is choosing the right ERP for your business. Then finally, as I earlier said, we will have a question and answer session. So now, understanding the ERP landscape. ERPs are mainly used for core process management. I know some of us are running ERPs, and for those of us maybe that are still maybe running a startup or are willing to build applications on top of ERP systems, it's good to understand that actually the term ERP means enterprise resource planning. So what that means is that these are software that runs all the core processes for business, and they're designed to streamline and manage the core business processes and procedures. And they are diversified based on the providers. There are some that are provided by mainstream companies like Microsoft, Oracle, and SAP, and others that are coming up. Some of them are open source and are easily customizable and easily fit to context for smaller and medium businesses. So these are the popular ERP systems that we have. We have SAP for HANA. This one is an enterprise level ERP system, quite complex. I think it's one of the top of the range ERP systems that is run by very big companies. Let me give an example. In Kenya, KRA is running SAP. The big corporates in Kenya, like Kenya Power, and I know quite a number of cement factories in South Africa, including Dangote Cement, and quite a number of these big corporations. They would run SAP for HANA. Then there's a smaller version of SAP called SAP Business One that is targeted to smaller and mid-sized businesses. There's also Oracle NetSuite. It's a cloud-based for businesses for all sizes, but mostly they will run medium to large organization. Then we have Microsoft Dynamics 365. This one is flexible. It's mid-market. I know a number of bigger companies that are running Dynamics, as well as smaller companies, especially SACCOs and companies in the financial sector. Quite a number run Microsoft Dynamics 365. There's also Odoo. Odoo has an open source software that is targeted to small to mid-sized businesses. Though it's also possible to run bigger organizations with Odoo. Then there's the enterprise version that also can be done or can be run in a mid to large organization. Then there's an upcoming ERP called ERP Next. This one is fully open source. The code base is available on GitHub, so it's possible to download it and customize it to your need. It's still upcoming, but it's quite implemented nowadays, and it has a huge support. And we are looking at that space to see what ERP Next is able to achieve. Mainly, it's used for hospital management and smaller to medium companies. Then we have Sage X3, which is a mid-market, large enterprise distribution and manufacturing software. I know a couple of manufacturing companies that run Sage, including Harco Industries. I don't know whether they still run Sage for the operations nowadays. So which ERP fits your business? If you're a large enterprise, I think SAP, Sage X3, Odoo also could fit a large business. Those are the go-to ERPs for larger enterprises. Small and growing businesses, we have SAP Business One, which is targeted specifically for that. Then there's Odoo, ERP Next, which are excellent choices for small and growing businesses. Reason being, you can be in a position to fit agile needs in these softwares. Though SAP sometimes tends to be a little bit rigid on customization, but Odoo and ERP Next are quite customizable. Odoo is built on Python, so it's possible to use Odoo SH, fork the code on GitHub, and extend all the functionalities that you need. And they have a managed deployment, managed deployment on Odoo SH that helps you deliver your changes or your customization on real time. And you can also create a staging environment and test even before deploying to the production environment. So Odoo really has done a lot of work in making sure that you can customize the ERP according to your needs. Then this ERP Next. ERP Next gives you the base ERP, which is fully open source. Then you can build applications on top of it and build them to your liking. They do have a managed server, but they don't force you to use it. You can actually put it on premise, on cloud. You can Dockerize it. You can also put it in a non-premise server, and it will still work. Then we have Oracle NetSuite. We have Microsoft Dynamics 365 that also are for small and growing businesses, and they also cloud solutions. They can be deployed on the cloud, including Odoo, SAP, ERP Next. All of them can run on the cloud, and Microsoft Dynamics can also run on premise if need be. So the next part is why choose Odoo and ERP Next. If you are very heavy on customization, I would tend to believe Same Thela. You correct me if I still pronounce it wrong. You might be having needs that are so specific to your firm, and you might feel that you want to customize your processes fully. If that's the case, then Odoo and ERP Next could be very good choices because for these ones, you don't need to use third-party applications to extend functionality. SAP and Microsoft Dynamics can still be customized on their code base, but the customization is not as easy as Odoo and ERP Next because Odoo and ERP Next are built specifically for agile organizations and organizations that have very complex processes that need specific ways of doing things. I'll give you an example. We once deployed Odoo for farmer management company called Sokofresh. So they used to buy avocados and other farm produce and sell them to Europe for export. So they had a business model that was very complex because they had to store that on cold storages and indicate the number of hours they have used, because the cold storage was charged as a service. And then they needed to engage the farmers who are small-scale farmers and pay them on the spot when they take up their produce. And that was not possible from any ERP that was existent. And again, it was a smaller company. So what we did, we customized a farmer engagement module within Odoo and a market linkage application where businesses would buy that produce from the company and get it delivered to their doorstep. That was possible because Odoo allows you to customize and build application on top. There is a very good example that we did for Sokofresh. You can check them online. They do farmer engagement and farmer engagement plus market linkage for farmers. There's another example for Odoo use case. There's a company called Coco that distributes fuel to small, to villages and slums in Kenya, and also to smaller towns. So they have dispenser points for that, for their fuel on those points, and they need to know how much stock do they have, how many people bought, and when you put in 20 shillings or some money, that point is able to dispense the fuel, and then that fuel can be used by the end user. And that billing was not possible for SAP and these are the big ERP providers. But with Odoo, actually, they are running the Odoo, they were running, but by the time I interacted with them, they were running the Odoo open source version to do that, and they were able to customize all that functionality. I don't know whether they later moved to the paid version of Odoo. Another company is Copia. Copia was a big agent-based e-commerce company in Kenya, and I know they have expanded to other parts of Africa. They started running Odoo open source to do the agent model and the e-commerce. That is something that was so new and nobody was doing it. And they couldn't find that from Dynamics or SAP out of the box, or even Oracle NetSuite. So they picked Odoo, customized it. They were able to do their proof of concept, and later on they rolled it out to various countries. And currently, I think they have been able to move to the enterprise version. But they started the MVP with the open source version of Odoo, and it served them correctly as far as my memory serves me. Then this ERP Next, I have a case in point of Gertrude's Hospital. It's one of the biggest children hospitals in Kenya with so many branches. Currently, they are running ERP Next for their operations, and we have quite a number of companies that we are also running ERP Next and have implemented ERP Next for. And it's really customizable. And the good thing about it is that it's fully open source. You just need to pick it from GitHub and customize it to your liking, so long as the requirements are gathered correctly. So the advantages of this, as I said, they are built for customization. They can be optioned to accommodate complex workflows. They are cost effective. Specifically, ERP Next, it's free. You just need to build on top. So the only cost that you acquire, you incur, is the customization cost. So if you are keen on not paying the monthly subscription costs, ERP next is a good choice. If you're keen on speed, Odoo is usually the go-to. Then they have what we call quick adaptability. They have a modular approach, so you can build modules on top to make sure that all your processes are covered. Okay, now to the topic for the day. How do you customize Microsoft Dynamics 365 and SAP? There are various ways to do that. SAP offers a customization inbuilt to it, but for many organizations that I've interacted with, that is usually quite expensive. It's the same case for Dynamics 365. You can customize, but you have to use specific resources that for that kind of work. It's quite expensive. And sometimes you're not also able to tweak it fully to your liking, depending on exactly what the context is. So one of the things that we are proposing for the customization of Dynamics 365 is the use of low-code platforms. One of them is called OutSystems, which is a paid platform. And there's also AppSmith, which is open source. They have open source on the paid part. And the good thing about the low-code platforms is that you can be in a position to connect your data source, for example, Dynamics 365 or SAP, and customize your workflow without needing so much coding ability. And some of the things that you can easily build on top of Dynamics is portals. You can decide maybe you want to have a user portal. I'll give case in example for SACCOs. They usually need what we call, they need alternative channels like ATMs. They want to connect a web portal where users can withdraw their money, check their balances, mobile applications. Low-code platforms come in handy. They can help you build those functionalities very easily. And you just need to consume data from Dynamics and SAP out of the box, and you can easily connect that. So during the work session that maybe we will follow up with next week, we will show you how to connect OutSystems or AppSmith to some of these ERPs and build whole portals on top. Some people want to extend the functionalities where they can save on cost. Because as I said, SAP and Dynamics are quite expensive. If you're doing licenses per user per month, that can be quite expensive. Some of them will run up to 3,000 euros, and that's quite expensive. So some people would prefer, for example, if you have a SACCO with 1,000 members, you just extend a portal so that all the members can use one user license to access the system, and then you extend the functionality. I've seen that happen a lot with SACCOs and even government agencies that want to extend some of these functionalities. The other thing is that with low-code platforms, you are able to extend functionality that fits specific needs for the business without necessarily interfering with the core ERP functionalities, which can also introduce a lot of technical debt. For us who know what technical debt is, or maybe just to explain what technical debt is, if you're building a house, you might not, if you're building maybe a 10-story house, then you have one developer come build the first 3 floors, then the other one build the next 2 up to floor 8, and you need to add another 3 for you to really know whether that building can take that weight for the next 3 floors that are on top. You might need to understand what was done on the foundation. And if you are a company that has run for some time and you had many developers come in and go out, it might be very difficult to know what was done on the foundation. So with low-code platforms, they eliminate the need of you having to know who did the foundation, because you keep the foundation intact and then build on top with these other applications that are extensible. So I explained why do we use AppSmith or OutSystems. AppSmith is open source. So this one will help you extend functionality without you needing to pay money. Of course, this is a paid version, but if you just want to get started with simple applications that can be usable, like portals, it's very easy to use AppSmith, and you can easily connect and build dashboards and applications quickly. The integration is also seamless with ERP systems, allowing customization for user interfaces and workflows and functionalities. So AppSmith is open source. OutSystems is enterprise grade. They charge, so there is a price to it, but it's also one of the most powerful low-code platforms that we have. So for enterprise grade applications, OutSystems is a better choice if you really want to build maybe more complex functionalities. So now we could do a simple comparison, though I know I've really talked about this. Odoo and ERP Next are highly customizable, allowing businesses to tailor their workflows to unique needs. So if your workflows are very unique, Odoo ERP Next is the best. Then the other question you ask yourself, if you're working on a budget and you don't really want to spend money monthly for the features that you're building, or you don't want to be charged per user per month, then ERP Next is your choice. If you're okay paying the monthly subscription and you want your applications very fast, Odoo is your choice. Then the scalability, SAP for HANA, Oracle NetSuite are designed for scalability. They support bigger businesses with operations, maybe that in a broad geographical area. Ease of use, Microsoft Dynamics 365 integrates seamlessly with other Microsoft products, providing a familiar user experience. I know for government, they really prefer Microsoft 365 because users there want what they're used to. So if you're used to Microsoft interface and you want something that is easy to use, Dynamics is a good choice for you. Then this cost, as I said, ERP Next and Odoo are cost effective for small and medium businesses, while SAP, SAP for HANA, and NetSuite require larger budgets. Key takeaways, tailored solutions, ERP solutions improve business efficiency by streamlining processes, low-code customization. You can actually extend functionality of an ERP using low-code to eliminate technical debt. Then this strategic selection, choosing an ERP that matches your business size, complexity, and budget is crucial for long-term success. I think I'll now take questions for the next few minutes as we proceed. Questions? Any questions? If we don't have questions, I will ask questions.
So sorry. Yes. So my question is, because I'm not a systems person, how hard or how easy is it to use the ERP Next or Odoo system? Which one is the simplest just to use it as a small business?
Okay. If I was to go with the ease of use, I think Odoo would be the answer to that. Odoo has a very simple interface. It has a very straightforward and intuitive way to use it. It's very simple. The only comparison that we had between Odoo and ERP Next was the ease of customization. So there are people who, for example, let me give you an example. I had a company that has around 660 guards and around 20 employees to manage the operations. So they were feeling that doing per user per month for around 680 people is quite steep for them. So they want to just customize their experience and have a system that they can use for some time. And ERP Next was the best choice for them. But there are people who say, I don't have a problem paying per user per month, so long as that system can serve me and I can customize it and it's user friendly. So Odoo is the way to go if you are keen on the user experience and perhaps you don't want much to do with the technical customization. It's plug and play. I hope you've been answered.
Yes, I'm answered. Thank you.
Are you running any system currently?
No, currently I'm not running any systems, and it's really hard for my business to track growth and expansion, and we only have 3 employees.
Okay. I think Odoo can really do you good because as far as I know, it's a plug and play. You plug in today, you put in, we can help you do the setup, and within a very short period of time, you can easily run your operations.
Okay, so how much is Odoo monthly in estimate?
Per user, it's around $12 US per user per month. Then if you engage with us, we charge customization cost and implementation cost depending on the complexity of your needs. Maybe that's something that we can discuss and see. But it's usually depending on exactly what you need. So we need to listen to you, get to know what exactly you need. And there are some things that are just out of the box. So you don't need to customize things like accounting, expense management. Those ones are already done.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Welcome, Alex. I think you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself. Maybe you can say hi as we conclude. Hi, Alex.
Oh, hi. Sorry for being late. I had filled in the form, but I got held elsewhere. Thank you for the informative session. I've learned a lot. I've learned a little bit of this session. For me, I'm not into the systems, but I'm just a speculative and enthusiast person. Yeah, I hope we will keep on interacting and learn more from you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. It was a pleasure. Any other questions? Okay. I think we'll take this time to thank all of us for coming in. It was great having you. From next week, we will still have other webinars to explore other aspects. As promised, we will do one work session where we do an actual customization and get to understand how AppSmith works, how OutSystems works, how you can customize Odoo, how you can customize ERP Next. We will do several work sessions so that we can keep us informed on how to best customize and extend this. I'll give it to Ruben. I think Ruben has dropped.
Thank you so much, James. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Brilliant. So thank you so much, James. Wonderful session. And we are going to send you out a follow-up email immediately after this call so that we can at least share with you a link to the presentation notes, so at least you can be able to go through them. And in case you have any questions arising, you can do a follow-up email to us. We're very much available. Then we will also be doing weekly webinars. Next week on Thursday as well, we will be sharing out another webinar link. By virtue of the fact that you've registered, we'll be able to send out an email to you. That is, if you did, in fact, subscribe within the webinar form and say that you would actually be looking forward to receiving more emails from us. Yes, Collins?
I just had a quick question for James about AppSmith. Are there any compliance issues when you're connecting it with 365 or SAP? Is there any compliance or security issues when connecting AppSmith?
Okay. So AppSmith is open source, as I earlier mentioned. So you are in total control of the security aspects. So you just need to download the code base, evaluate it for yourself, and you can even customize the functionality for your organization, just like any other open source platforms like Linux. So you just need to download it, install it in your own environment, and then the security part, you do it yourself. So just like any other open source platform, in case these some backdoors, you can evaluate for yourself and get to see. But from where I see it, there's no threats in terms of security, and we've been able to actually run it on a local environment and extend functionalities for systems seamlessly. So you manage the security yourself because it's open source, so you can have it in your own environment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your questions. I hope if there's any question, please raise your hand. I do not want to cut someone short of the opportunity. No questions. So,
Ruben, just yes. A minute. Sami Taylor, would you maybe mind being left for 5 minutes so that we can maybe evaluate something?
It's okay. I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. We can have a few minutes after the call. Over to you, Ruben.
All right. Thank you very much, James. So immediately after the call, as I was saying, we're going to send you up a follow-up email. The email is going to contain the link to the slides that have just been presented, and we will be having weekly webinars at this same time, 2 to 3, and we will also share out the webinar links and the webinar topics to your emails and to the places where you got access to it. So we will also share in the WhatsApp groups so that at least you may be able to have an opportunity to interact with us more and have most of your questions answered. Now, finally, I'd like to just give a brief intro of Apprentice Cloud as a company. As I just stated, Apprentice Cloud is a tech consultancy. We started our company in the year 2021. So what we do is we empower businesses with innovative and tailor-made solutions that drive global impact. So ideally, if you have any technical custom software development or ERP development questions that you need and you want a team to handle that for you, Apprentice Cloud is the people to talk to. And we have just decided that in the nature of being able to share the knowledge that we have. We'll be having these webinars, and we will share out with you in email. So without further ado, I would like to request if Edwin or Kennedy has something else to say to us. Edwin?
Personally, I don't have anything else to add. It's just to thank everybody for making time to join. And I hope I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. Kennedy?
I also have nothing else to add. Just to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So without further ado, I'd like to close our first webinar session. It was a success. See you guys next week.
Thank you. See you next week. And have some few minutes with Sami. Sorry. Yeah, so thank you. Sunny, I thought it would be good maybe to have